Okay, so this is the second part of the demonstration where we were drawing from the vase there. So I've now sketched that in to the square that I drew with the measurements. So as you can see, I've still got the 1, 2, 3 times the site size from what we measured with using our unit of measurement with the pencil. Okay, and likewise I've done it widthwise as well. So I've drawn that out, and what I'm going to do is just rub out all the lines that I don't want or need for this. Okay, rub out all those numbers. That was just to demonstrate how many times bigger we were going. Okay. So we rub away all those lines. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to demonstrate the technique known as chiaroscuro. I'll actually write it up here. I don't know if you can see, spelled chiaroscuro. Okay, and it's a term which describes the treatment of light and dark within an artwork. Okay, alright, so I've got my rudimentary line drawing, very simple, just to keep it very simple. And what I'm going to do, get rid of some of those lines, is I've got a piece of graphite here, graphite stick. It's hexagonal shapes, which is quite handy because I want to use these flat edges, and I'm just going to completely cover the whole of that drawing, like so. Okay, and when I've got that far, I can either use the heel of my hand, or you can use a cotton wool pad just to go over the whole thing. So you're creating a sort of mid-tone across the whole thing. So you're killing the white. That might be another term that you've heard before. And as you can see, it's kind of knocked back some of the lines there, but that's okay as long as your shape is still fairly visible. Okay. So the next part to this is actually to start to work with the tone. So I'm just going to take an ordinary rubber here. I am working a little bit blind because I'm not actually directly looking at my subject, but just from experience, I know that the light source is coming in from the window at the right, so I'm going to start to lift out. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to start to lift out the mid-tone where the light is actually catching the side of the brush vase there, and it goes round the edge, comes round here a little bit on the sort of belly of the vase. Okay, and when I've done that, I'm going to switch focus and I'm going to start to block in the darker areas. So I'm just going to do that with my pencil. So I'm going to shade in where I know the light can't quite get to, which is on the opposite side of the vase. I'm going to try not to do this too vigorously because I think I'm shaking the camera as well. So I'm going to try and get my darkest darks to create some contrast against the lightest light. So you've still got all that mid-tone in the middle. I'm going to represent cast shadow down on the surface that it's sitting on by increasing the pressure on my pencil to make those marks a lot darker. Okay, and it also gives it a sense of weight, so it's not sort of floating in midair. So you get the idea. So very quickly you've got an idea there of the three-dimensional aspects of the object that you're drawing. So I hope that's kind of explained that very simply. Obviously this is a hyper simplified demonstration. You know, you'd probably have a collection of objects far more interesting, but this just shows you how you would develop your drawings quite quickly from just working with line alone. Okay, and as you can see, it's already started to take shape and form and look quite three-dimensional. Okay, so I hope that was useful as well. Do comment, ask questions, share some of your own experiences, and of course any drawings that you do.